I've got some notes here from today. I just loved what I saw today, and I had to say this. I really, really have a soft spot for the kids, the little ones. They were so cute. Listen to this. After we had that little meet together in the large room, we then had the one-on-ones in the corner. Remember the 2 minutes? And this is what Aiden said. Aiden, how old are you? 12? 12. He's a massive 12. He said, I'm sorry my partner is not here. I will be representing our idea. His mother came and he has a basketball game. And he did it like that, like has a basketball game. I have to also do tomorrow's presentation by myself. I will be the company representative. Where do these kids come up with that? And then Zeke Earl, after he finished my table, he says, would you like a screw? And he gave me a little screw from his invention. What is up with these guys? They're amazing. Every year, it seems like there's an extraordinary amount of progression. I think Sam said, so what's the difference now versus back in the old times? I can't comment about structure because these buildings still look the same, new Halles. But it's the people, the extraordinary talent that we have here, and everyone's progressing so well. I have to say without equivocation, I wish I was half of what I'm seeing now in front of me. It's amazing. I'm blown away. And in fact, my short talk today is about just chill. Just chill. This is the age where you're always worried about, I got to get these grades, I got to get this homework in, what am I going to do in my future? What am I going to do with the career? Will I meet my spouse? What's going to happen with my temple recommend when it goes out? On and on and on. Do I have enough money for the laundry today, this week? It goes on and on. And in fact, if I can give you 3 key words and some stories around it. Number 1 is oxygen. Number 2 is horse stance. Yes. And number 3 is, of course, aloha. Oxygen. This April, I went to Base Camp Everest, Mount Everest, for the 4th time. I take each of my kids with me. For various reasons, I couldn't take this last boy with me. At about 16,900, the only other male counterpart that went with me, the rest were all ladies, mothers, young college kids. The only other male, I had to helicopter him out from 16,900 feet. He would take 10 steps, and within 10 steps, his heart rate would go from 90 to 180 beats per minute. At 16,900, almost 18,000 feet, you only get 50% oxygen of sea level. So it's really, really hard on the body. And it doesn't matter whether you're an athlete, whether you are a bodybuilder. Everybody's individual physiology is affected differently by altitude. You can't train for it. You can be super fit, and this guy was super fit, but his head was clear, but he couldn't do it. 10 steps, 180 beats per minute, and he got dizzy and he had to hang down like this. On prior trips, I had to have one guy who got pulmonary edema, which is fluid in the lungs, and he got it around 15,500. The same guy had high altitude cerebral edema. When you at that altitude, his brain, he only had 30% oxygen in his blood when you take it from the oximeter. So he was completely wasted. There's nothing you can do about altitude. But you can, when you have just a little bit of oxygen, everything comes back in. So all of them, they just had to descend back to 5,000 feet. Overnight, they were cured. They were done. They were able to go on another walk and another trek, including this last guy. And the message here is, it's kind of interesting. Have you noticed on the plane rides here, every time you hear the air stewardesses say, hey, something happens, da da da, put the oxygen mask on first. So my recommendation to chill and relax is if you would just remember to take a deep breath every now and then. Because as college students, you're running. What about my business idea? And what about this and this? What about home, a family? Just take a deep breath of oxygen. You need it to function so you don't panic. Second, a horse stance. My wife is back there, and this sweetie pie I met here, another reason why I love BYU Hawaii, and we've been dating now for 35 years. We married when we were 10, okay? So, she has, I was explaining to Sam next to me, she had no interest in business, no interest in athletics, and no interest in even interacting with lots of people. She's an introvert. So listen to this. She has a karate studio now. She has her own class of business of students. And here's what was most interesting, what I always knew, but she demonstrated it. Have you guys ever done a horse stance? Do you guys know what it is? And it's a deep one. I don't know if I can even do it. It's like when you do this, kind of like this. And you hold that position. I dare you to try to hold it for 10 minutes before your legs start shaking and everything, right? You're just shaking. So listen to this. For one of her black belts, she held that position up in the mountains with 6 other black belts for 4 hours. Go talk to her. 4 hours. And I said, you did it, didn't you? She goes, yep. What that taught me was, it's interesting. At a certain point, the body can only do so much, right? You're shaking, you're sweating, whatever. I've always known this about Angela. And it's what I call, she is the opposite of a mental pygmy. That girl can do amazing things. And most of you ladies have that in you. Many of you are already mothers. Us men, ugh, just the thought about that. Oh, can we do something else? Can we do something easier? And they're laughing because it's true. So can I add the second thing? When it comes to relaxing and chilling out, be a mental giant, not a mental pygmy. Think about the horse stance and think about, you know what? It's all in my mind. I can relax. I don't have to worry about this stuff. It'll all work out. And I assure you, it'll work out. It always does. Third point, aloha. Everybody comes to the islands to chill, to hang loose. And I will tell you that we love it here too. It's the only time I come out to try and surf again, so it's once a year, and I flail away at the surfboard. Most of the time I'm like this, trying to recover. You know exactly what it is, because I have no strength. But something about the island spirit is lovely. It's relaxed. Yes, sometimes you may think it's more relaxed than it needs to be, but it's relaxed. I rushed out of here from college. I was doing 18 to 20 credits because I wanted to get out. I wanted to get out and make money. I didn't want to pay tuition. And looking back, I'm thinking, why did I rush to avoid one more semester of tuition to leave Hawaii and to leave the school academic lifestyle? Why did I rush? We're here in Hawaii. Relax, chill, dance, have fun, eat the taro, whatever. It doesn't matter. Relax, it'll happen. There's so many things we want to do here. I just hope that you don't forget to enjoy it while you're here. There's so much here. I was talking to the faculty afterwards, after everyone had left. I said, I don't know of any place where there are so many business owners, successful people who've done a lot in life. And here on campus, none of these guys have egos. They want to help. They want to do the good things. It's extraordinary. You're surrounded by powerful people who want you to succeed. Take advantage. Chill. Relax. Be human. Don't be uptight. Don't be so calculating. that you forget to enjoy the moment. In the end, it always works out when you squeeze less and relax more. You guys should read a book from an Israeli expert businessman. Have you guys heard of the book Solve for Happy? Anybody read that? No, not even you, Jason. Mo Gadat, G-A-D-A-T, wrote a book, Solve for Happy. And that book was just this year that I read it. It changed my paradigm of life. I'm the type A. Angela's the type cool, hang loose, whatever. And what Solve for Happy, he's an engineer. He said, I figured out the formula for happiness. Do you guys want to know what it is? So you don't have to read the book, but you should read the book anyway. Ready? Happiness is equal or greater than your current moment minus your expectation. You guys get it? I went, ah. And just last night, or 2 nights ago, Angela and I were walking down Waikiki. And I said, oh, I got all uptight. And then I just decided not to have any expectations. And she goes, you have to do that? I live like that all the time. It's true. She said that. She goes, you had to think about that? I live like that all the time. I'm still learning. Happiness is equal or greater to than your current moment minus your expectation of it. Life is easy. We make it too hard. And I will tell you this last bit and then I'll close. We had in our ward, he's now retired and moved to an old age facility. His name is Durrell Woolsey, second quorum of the 70, mission president, temple president, the whole works. One day, when we were still having high priests separated from elders, he stood up, he said, brethren, can I say something? And whenever Brother Woolsey says something, everyone quiets down. Everyone went, hush. He said, I want you to know, and he looked around the room, and we were in a high council sort of a table. So he looked around the room and he said, I want you to know that you're all going to go to the celestial kingdom. And I said to myself, what did he say? And he said, I don't want you to worry. You're all going to go to the celestial kingdom. And that was it. And it hit me, and I want you to know this too. Sometimes our need for perfection, our need for top this, top that, the biggest revenue, the fancy car, whatever, if you just put that aside, if you do the little things well, if you read your scriptures, if you try and go to the temple, if you're just trying to be better, you too will make it to the celestial kingdom. For we can never be good enough to get there on our own. And so, why do we beat ourselves up for everything? When we start beating ourselves up, that's when you know that Satan is the one actually pulling you down. He doesn't want you to make it. So don't doubt yourself. Just move on and just know that you're trying to do well today. That's all. You can just try to do well today. And if you do that, I think your life will be so much more stress-free. You got lots of other things you're balancing. Take it easy. It'll work out. Don't be a lazy butt. You gotta go make sure you put some effort. Do the best at that moment in that precise time. But don't be a lazy butt. At the same time, don't beat yourself up. You don't need to whip yourself up. You have life. You can wake up every morning in this wonderful environment. It's a great place. So moving forward, tomorrow we have the competition and all that, and that's going to be fun. It's going to be great. We'll try not to be too hard on you. No promises. But it's so fun. Just fun. Have fun. And This time is special. It'll never happen again. It'll never happen again. So enjoy it. Embrace it. The gospel changes lives. It changed mine when I came here, found out that there was a God. I didn't know there was a God. Number two, that I could find my eternal partner over there that would give not one, but 5 children, 4 grandsons so far. I am eternally grateful to this entity called BYU. I loved it so much I went to BYU Provo to figure out whether or not it had the same special. It's got a little bit of it, not completely. So, but I live there. So, plus it was 17 degrees Fahrenheit when I left. So I'm happy to be here. Brothers and sisters, I love you. I look forward to seeing you. I want to serve as much as I can. And the church and the gospel is true. Let it change you. Don't fight it. In the name of Jesus Christ. Amen.